Hello my dear students, welcome back to the next session 2, chapter 8. In this chapter we'll learn about how to write a static method. As we already know, the definition of method is a group of a block of statements which are used to perform specific tasks. Static methods are can be called without using an object, right? Generally, a methods can be called by creating an object of a class. For static method, no need to create any object, right? So static is a keyword which can be used as it is as a access modifier, which can be as used for static variable or static method. Okay, so which can be used to call and we used in methods which can be called without an object, right? So whenever you see a static method, just use directly with the help of with the name of class name dot method name. As we have seen, all math class, in the math class all methods are static methods. So right away we are using math dot method name like square root or minimum or maximum, absolute, seal, floor, right? So we have seen this one. So a static method, how to use this, how to create a user defined static method, how to create a user, in this session we'll learn. So there are some exercises, okay, which are very useful in which are most important for your final practical exam assessment also, right? So let's learn here one by one. Program 8.1, the first one. So in this one, write a Java program that calculates the average course marks of a student as follows, right? For example, a student scores marks, right? So what is the average course marks, right? A student has a assessment like quiz 1, midterm, lab book, right, final. So what is the average, overall average marks, right? Or different courses, right? You can say that you take course 1, course 2, course 3. What is the average marks, right? So average marks, how to calculate this one. So to calculate average, we need to calculate the total, right? So here let's follow the algorithm to implement this program, right? First one, create a class name average, right? So create a class here. Let's open the Eclipse under the package, chapter 8, create a class. Its name is given average, right? So choose public static void main, click on finish, right? So your basics class is ready, right? So I just want to remove the auto generated comment. So here, so next question, next point of this one, declare necessary variables. Now you need to declare what are the variables are required, right? So if you read the 2-3 lines, you understand here. Define a method named static which take three parameters of course marks, right? Means definitely you have to read 3 course marks, right? You need 3 course marks, right? So here, of type double, compute the total and print. Means this method we have to define a static method which takes 3 parameters, okay, and it will compute the total and print it. It will take 3 marks, it will compute the total, means calculate the total addition of these marks and print it. So you need to create a static method. Now in this session we have to create every time static method only. This, make sure this is okay. So let me create a static here. So in this one, static method, first here, public static, assume this, and this is the first, every time it's fixed, this one you have to write it, it's public static. Now read the step again here. Method which take 3 parameters. What is the name of the method here? Total. Public static total. You can say total. Now here, right here, takes 3 parameters of course, 3 parameters of course marks, 3 parameters of type double. So we have to take right here 3 times DOUBL double M1, this is 1, double M2, double M3, 3 course marks of type double, and compute the total and print it. It will compute the total and print it. So here this is the definition. But here make sure you should have what is this, as per the syntax you have access access specifier, access modifier. This is common, right? This is common for every method. Now we need to have one more important thing, return type. So what is returning? Does it return any value back? Look at the sentence carefully. It does not return anything, it doesn't mention anything, it just compute and print. So if a method does not return, then this method is as considered as void method. So you have to write void total. Now your definition syntax heading is okay. Now how does it compute the total? Just say here total equal to, I mean this is total tot, right? Or you can write sum equal to m1 plus m2 plus m3, right? So give some space to readable. Now you print it, right? Sys out, print here. So here you write sum or total. Total, what is total here? Some value. So you need to declare the value of sum, right? You need to declare here. Anyway, so I will declare on the top here. Whenever if you're having a variable which is shared throughout the class, right? Here from here it can be used within this method and out this method also. Then we need to write it on the top, right? Here's like here double sum. Now it is a static method. So double static, just write down. Whenever you are using a static, you have to use the static here, right? So what's the ratio is a wait a minute, cannot resolve. Oh, sorry. Yeah, static here. Sorry, right? Static then double, right? Say anyway. Now it's solved, right? This is a common variable for one method here. Okay. So next we have another method. Define another static method named average here, which computes average of marks and return the average, means it's compute the average. Now you got the some value, right? So when you say here pub lic public static, this is common, and average here, which does it take any value here, does it take any parameters, which compute average of and return. It doesn't take any parameters, right? It doesn't take any parameter. So what is just directly you just it returns the average. Return means what type of data it is. It should be a double, right? Average is double marks, right? So it will calculate the average here. Avg average equal to, the sum value divided by 3, because you have three variables. So you divide by 3, you will get the average here. This is double. Declare the variable, and you can just return. How to return the value? Return average. Return average value, right? So this is one thing. Now how do you execute these values? How do you execute these values here? See, why I'm writing this static double on the top of inside the class on the top of about two messages, because this sum is using in this method. Again it is using in this method sum here. Look, now when you don't write here, when you don't write, use this one, assume this. When you don't write this one here, okay, when you write it here double, gives error here, because I'm using the value, the lifetime of this variable within this block. Once the block is closed, the value will end. Means it does not have, I mean, it cannot be accessed outside the block. So in order to access outside this block method, this block, we need to declare on the top, right? So static, okay, store. So this is one thing. So how do you call this one? Now let's read otherwise. In the main method, call the methods, right? Average and total and average, and print the average here. So before you write here, so main method, call a method average. So better let me add here. In main method, read three course marks using scanner object, and all the methods total and average, and print the average. Okay, this might be very clear, right? So let me do it here. So read scanner. When I say scanner, input equal to new scanner system dot in. Any main method here, any method declaration, always read the values from the console using scanner, right? So I read the value here, system dot, I say out dot print, right here, enter p course marks. So you need to read three times. So double. I say this is first marks here A. What is the value here? Input dot. Read input dot. Next double. This is one time. You need to read three times, right? 2 and 3. So this is A and this is B. You can use M1, M2, M3 also, no problem. Okay. So you got these three values. Then you call the method. What is the method here? Total. You see, just call the method here. So total, you need to pass value A, comma B, comma C. Whatever value you read it, this value. So you must make sure that three parameters here, three should match. Okay. Now this is called arguments or actual formal parameter. Okay. So anyway, so this should match. The syntax should match. No spelling mistakes. Three of double type. These three are also doubles. Means make sure number of arguments, the type of argument, and the order of the argument must match. This is called signature. This is called a signature. The semicolon is required. Now whenever make call, it will go here. It will execute. Means M1 will copy it. The value of A is copied in M1. Right? It means M1 equal to A, M2 equal to B, M3 equal to C. Now you perform the addition, right? Then you send, it will calculate the total print. Now you want to average, so you just call average here, average, just call average, right? It's empty, right? Empty. We call the average. Now in this average method, average will call and it will calculate the sum by 3, means it will compute the average. Now the average value is stored in AVG. Now it will return, it will send back a value to this method. So whenever it send the back value, it should hold another variable here, AVG or AG average. You can say you can use the same name, no problem. Okay. So this one here again double. You got the value from here. Now you print it. This out. Average is AVG. Can have same name here, this name here, right? No issue. Other we can give different name. Okay. So you got this value. This is the first simple program. Here program begins from main. Okay. So all your assessments, all your programs will be in the same manner, right? You read the values from the main method, pass to the method call for static method. If it is simple print, it will print here. If it is return value, you should write it and print inside the main, right? So main method, this is called calling method. Okay, this is called a calling method. Sorry, this is a calling method. This is a calling method. Now this call method does not return any value. It's printing over there, same within the same thing. Here it is returning value, means the last statement is a return, right? It will come back the value. This average value will store it, and this another average value, right? So you're printing this value, right? So let's run the program. Okay, just wait. Okay, right, enter three course marks. If I enter the example here, I'm just giving very simple here, 6 8 and 5, right? So total is 19, just 6 plus 8 14, 14 plus 5 19, and that is the average here, average 6.333, right? So that's an output, right? So I'm taking the example. These are the two different methods, right, which can be called from the main method. So our main, I think, is you in this main method, okay, you have to call the user defined methods by passing the values, hope you understand this one. Okay, let's continue to the next program here. Program 8.2. Write a Java program. Now this is a task here. Write a Java program that uses a method square root. Yeah, use a method a square root. You know, we have this square sqrt is a method which is defined in math class, right? Square root of math class, and output the square roots of first 10 positive numbers. Means first 10 means 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So square root of 1, square root of 2, square root of 3, square root of 4, right? So this method will calculate the first 10, it will print the first 10 out. Is a print means output here, right? This will print the square root of first 10 positive, means define a static method, of course, right? So let's create a method inside here class. So square roots, okay. meaningful name, right? This is a main method here. So in this one, just here public static, this is okay. And this what does it say here? Lead here. Does it say any return value? Nothing. So no, there is no return type. So return type should be, if there is no value, put it. And you have to use, what is the value? You say roots. You say use the method square root. Okay, you can give it any name, right? Okay, but you say uses, this method uses square root. So give any name. I can say here use small name. Okay, so method name square roots. Okay, square root here, right? So it doesn't specify any parameters, nothing. So this, but it specify here. So we have to take 1 to 10 numbers, calculating the roots of 10 numbers. Okay, first 10 positive integers, first positive 1 to 10 means, right? So here for int I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 10, I plus plus, right? Yeah. So no space here inside this one. So here you can write sys out, output this is value here, sys out math dot sqrt of a number here. See I, each time first I equal to 1 is less than 10, then it is true. If it is true, then print math square root of 1. Next I plus square root of 2, square root of 3, square root of 4 up to 10, right? Now this line is optional because only one statement. That's a simple thing. Now just call the method, the method name here from the, here just call a method from the main method. That's your program. Just save it, run the program. Look here, first one, then 1.44, then 1, this square root of 1, square root of 2, square root of 3, square root of 4 is 2, right? Up to square root of 9, this is square root of 10, right? So this is the output here. We can format output in different form, I mean beautiful, but so it's okay. This is our main, the concept is one, just to print the first positive 10 integer square roots, right? So this is a simple method, right? So you just see the common thing here is you are calling the method from the main method, right? So you have to match the method here. What is the method? What is the main, what is the method is doing here? The operation is, it is calculating the first 10 digits, positive digit square root, right? So that's okay. So let's go to the next here. Okay, here write a program that defines a static method score, right? As it takes two parameters of type int, say number sum and test score. The method updates the value of sum by adding the value of test score, right? And then return the updated value, right? So here is saying that you define a method name called score and takes two parameters. What are the parameters? Sum and test score. This method, what does it, what is the logic the method do here? The operation here, the method updates the value of sum, means taking the sum value and by adding the test score, whatever the sum is there, it will add to the, whatever the, it will add to the sum. So it will become a new sum value and then return the updated sum, right? So that's how do you do here, like see. So let's create a class. I'm creating the same name, score. Okay, class name is not given, so you can define your own, right? So let me here public static, this is okay. Now I say return value. So what type of data is returning here? What type of data is calculating here? All integer, right? Integer, some integer, test is integer, and it is adding adding values as an integer. So return type is integer, and the name of the method is given here. Does it given here, right? Yes, score. And it takes two parameters, makes it two parameter of type integer, say sum and test score. These are the two parameters, right? So what first is a score here, taking two parameters of integer. One is sum, another is test score. What is it doing here? What the method is doing here? A method is calculating, update the value of sum by adding the value of test score. So here I'm taking the sum value, added this to test score to make sure everything okay. this will become a new sum. Yes, I'm doing the sum, means adding these two values and the result in the same sum here, right? Okay, so that's one thing. And return the updated sum, and return the updated sum. So then it will return the return sum. That's your answer here. So now you call the method score. You will passing two values. So you read the value from the keyboard or anything. I'm just to make my program simple. I just say here int a some value and test score value, TS value. I'm giving these two values from the keyboard. From using simple here. One is 5. I'm giving another is 6, right? So I'm passing this one S comma TS. I'm calling this one, and you will return the value. So it is will become new sum S. Okay. So sum, I just make it sum. It's sum. Then you just print the value of sum here, right? New sum is, I can say updated sum. Updated sum is. Simply is like adding score. There is an initial some value. You're adding some more test score, another value. So it will become a new sum, right? You are updating the same sum value with test score, and you'll return the value here. It will return. It will be storing this sum, and you're printing the sum here. It's like a simple addition, right? So thing is this one. See, you have to read this value using scanner actually better. Enter the score, enter the test score. I had to use in scanner to make our program simple, because we have already shown a simple example here, right? Using the test score. This one example is already shown with the help of scanner, right? So we use scanner. We were here to avoid those, means to save of time. I'm not using. You can do this using the scanner, right? So in this program, the main method, it already initializes some value and test score value 6, right? 5 and 6. I'm passing these two parameters right here. It will copy a sum equal to S, test score is equal to TS. So it will perform the addition and return the sum. So the sum will store in this main sum here and printing the value sum, right? So run the program. Set level. See, just adding 5 plus 6. This is 5 and this is 6. So 5 plus 6, 11. 11 is stored here. See, I'm doing calculation in another method, not the main method, right? So that's one. This method is returning 11, right? Dash. So that's stored back in sum, and you print the value sum. Hope you understand this one. Let's do the last one here. Write a Java program that defines a static method is vowel, right? Everyone knows the vowel in English, right? Which takes one character as parameter. It takes a character, one character as a parameter, and returns true if it is vowel, otherwise false. Otherwise false means see, return true and false means it's boolean value. It's returning boolean, right? So let's define a method is vowel, right? So here first create a method, first create a class here under the cap package. I say vowel, right? So I'm checking, right? So in this one, public static is vowel. Now what does it say? What is the return type here? It's return true if it is vowel, otherwise false. Means a true or false, means a boolean. It's returning a boolean. Return type must be boolean here. And takes one parameter. You read one more once again here. A method which takes one character as a parameter. So take one character as a parameter. So here character ch. Okay. Right. So character. Now this one, because it's not complete, that's why it's showing an error. Okay. So does it here. So anyway, it will return the end. It will return ch. Okay. Now it's error gone. Okay. Mostly, unless you know the ch value here. Now what is doing here? What is this program here? Write a program that defines a static method vowel which takes one character parameter, returns true if it is a vowel. If it is a vowel, you know vowels. What are the vowels here in English? A, E, I, O, U, right? A, E, I, O, U. 5 letters, 5 characters are vowels, right? So if you enter the character, if that character is equal to A or E or I or O or U, okay, then it is a vowel. Otherwise not a vowel. For example, you enter P, if you enter K, it is not a vowel, right? So you need to read the value and you pass this value to the vowel as a character. The vowel method will check this is a vowel method or not, right? It's a vowel character or not, right? So mostly, let's see here, read here. If character is equal to A or, to copy it again, A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. I'm taking all, considering all as small letters. Okay. So if you want capital letters, again you have to write capital letters also. R, small a, capital A. Okay. I'm assuming all are small, right? If A, E, I, O, U is equal, I mean, returns here, then you say here, you say return true, right? This is okay enough, right? So what is the error here? Okay. Then else return false, right? If the character, whatever the character you read as a parameter, if it is A or E or I or O or U, then it is returning a true value. Otherwise, false. It's not a vowel, right? So read this value from here, right? So let me copy the scanner from here. I just copy the scanner from here, right? Just me copy this to scanner input. Then we say here char ch equal to input dot next dot char at index 0. So here enter any character, right? So you get this value, you got the character. You need how to read the character. Now check here. Boolean, Boolean, I can say true, false, right? I can say result or a result, okay? Is equal to, what is the method you're calling here? Vowel, is vowel. Copy this one here. Is vowel, you have to pass the ch, right? Okay. So simply, just in the method, I'm creating a method character here. I'm passing this character as a ch is vowel. I'm calling this one. So this whatever ch is copied here, no problem, right? So if this is called A or E or I or O or U, it return true. Now it is written true. It is a store in, because also boolean, right? So it returns store in result, right? So I'm checking if res, if it is true, if it is true, let's say here sys out, this out, it is a, it is a, it's a vowel. Okay. Else you say not vowel. It's not vowel, right? Based on this result return value here. Okay. If it is true, if you receive a true here, it will say true. If true, yes, because condition, if true, this will print is vowel. Otherwise, if it is false, then it will check here. It is not a vowel, right? So let's run the program. Enter the character. For example, I enter E. Now enter, this is a program. I enter here CHE, right? I'm calling here, right? E is vowel E. This is E now. The CH, I read the value E. I enter the E is vowel E. It will copy this CH. I'm checking. CH is equal to A? No. R. CH is equal to E? Yes. This is true. If one of the condition is true, this is written true. This true means it will come back, it will store here result. Now result is now equal to value true here. Now if true, yes, then print its vowel. So here enter, see it prints its vowel. Let's run again. For example, enter P. Right now I read the value CHP. I'm calling vowel P. Now this is P. You say CH equal to P? No. R equal to P? No. CH equal to P here, and here also no. Here there is no find. It does not find, means this is not true. This is all fail here, all fail. So it will return this false. Now it will come back store in result. Result false. If false, no. If false, then you have to print this. It's not a vowel here. Right. So answer here is it's not vowel. Hope you understand this one. Right. Now these are the program here, simple program for exam. Inshallah we'll add more practicing program later on, but these are the basics program. So the main common thing is you read the values from the console in the main method, call the method in a static method, right? So the value, whether copy value, maybe it will return, right? Depends upon the program descriptions, right? Hope you understand. Practice all these things and try to understand, and good luck.